Superintendent, thank you. Talk about your blueprint for reopening and why you think it makes sense to offer the combination of either online learning or letting children come back to the classroom.
Well, keeping with the Commissioner of Education's order for the emergency order to offer that 5 days per week in brick and mortar classrooms. So students have that opportunity to be able to come back to school live in person. The other option for our students, for families that choose to keep their children home, we have that remote learning option. It's a remote student learning option for them to be able to continue their learning at home with their district issued laptop devices. Some families do have their own technology at home, and that's a great choice for them, but we also issue district laptops for all children to be able to have one. The district option for the remote learning is that the children will receive the same lesson that their classmates are receiving in person at school. The only difference is the location where they're receiving it.
So they receive no less than their friend who decides to go to school. They get the exact same lessons.
That's correct. That's correct.
What percentage are you seeing of those choosing to go online versus at home right now?
It's about 30%, 31% have. 37. Oh, it's up now. Oh, sorry about that. So I just got updated information right now.
Good.
37% have chosen to do remote learning at home.
How do you ensure, with all the tumult that parents, families in general, and of course beginning with the students and their teachers, have felt that we're going to be able to focus and get children what they need? So many parents are worried about that, whether they choose the online or in-person learning option. It's been such a year. What can you say?
Well, so we are going to deliver, we have standards that need to be mastered and standards that need to be taught. And so the expectation is to have that high expectation for teachers to be able to deliver those lessons at home and at school for the students that are learning in the classroom. So this should look more like traditional education. I know that when everyone had to pivot in March and be able to deliver this was new for everyone. It was new for a lot of our teachers that maybe we're not used to the technology, but we've had a little 2.5 months of technology, and I think that now everybody's kind of used to the fact that we need to do education a little bit differently. So that's why our plan to have teachers come back a little bit early. Everybody has their early days before the students start, those professional development days, to be able to have teachers be able to hone in their skills and practice those things to be able to deliver their lessons for the students learning at home as well.
Superintendent, teachers in Martin County and elsewhere have expressed concerns. Some say we don't want to come back to the classroom. We're worried about what if we catch COVID. When we speak about health on campus, how do we ensure to the degree possible that we keep COVID out of the schoolhouse, that we're protecting students and teachers? And what are the plans if there should be a COVID case or cases? How do we protect everyone?
So we have been working diligently with this all summer, and as well as probably the end of the last semester, but working with our local health department, our local hospital here, Cleveland Clinic, local physicians in the area, and as well as our entire district staff here, working with the safety measures to the maximum degree possible that we can to obtain the distance learning. We also have a mask. We had put that in prior to the back to school plan, but for all employees to be wearing masks, especially when it's possible to maintain the distance learning. When it's not possible to maintain that distance learning, but they must be wearing a mask. So in transit time, students on the bus must be wearing a mask. In the classroom, we have sent out facilities. They've measured every classroom. They have isolated desks 6 feet apart when possible. Right now, those classrooms are clean. Those classrooms are clean. They've been sanitized. We will do another clean before students come back. So we are following all the guidelines that we possibly can to the maximum degree possible. But again, we all know that there's absolutely no 100% guarantees. I mean, we will do everything that we possibly can.
Superintendent, final thought. You retire in November after long service to education. It has to be bittersweet knowing what everyone's dealing with. Your final thoughts and message to parents, students, and teachers.
Well, education has been a passion for me my entire life. I've worked in the field with children my entire life. And I think that, all students for success has been our district mission. And for me, it really is all students for success. We want to provide those high expectations for students to be able to achieve their personal learning potential, so that they can have options for their future and do whatever it is that they need to do. And one of the things we all want for our children is to be happy in their life. So, my goal is to have Martin County School District to remain a highly performing academic school district, and, keep their grades up and have children learn at their optimal level.
Very eloquently said. I wanted to give a little pat at the end of that. Let me ask you, how many students? 19,000-ish in public schools here?
Yes, 19,000.
Okay. And 19,000. All right. 19,000.
Give or take a few.
Right, but right. And we've covered this ad nauseum, and you've been part of it. August 11th, then that's what we're going on, August 11th. And implicit in what you said is you're following all the guidelines. You'll have health people. You'll have people there to help make sure with the school system that the health system and your health experts are integrated into the process as we start school. That's a fair assumption on my part.
And I know that you did ask the question, and working with that, what happens if we do have a case at school? And we will address each of those cases individually with our health department and follow their guidance through that. So it may be, and they're the ones that do that contact tracing. They will notify the school district if it's an employee or if it's what happened to be a child, and we will follow their guidance. And hey, we may need to close down a class, or whether it might be a building, whatever it might be. But really looking at forward, there's no playbook on this. We all know that. And so I think as we all get back to school and see what this is going to be like, we'll treat every case individually.